And that song for me was kind of a challenge.
If you take a step back now after you've completed the whole process of writing, producing, yeah, the whole package, and you look at your product, can you see for yourself what was going through your mind at the time that you wrote that record, or was it just some random story?
Yeah, I think each specific song has a different sort of thing that I was thinking about or going through, probably. I mean, I wrote that record over like 2 years, you know. I was touring extensively throughout that time, and so it had a lot to do with touring. And I mean, any songwriter is going to be writing about, you know, on the one hand, the details of your life, the people and conversations that you have, and then on the other hand, you'll be dealing with more general things like love, hate, death, life, you know, the place you're from. And I think that, you know, songwriting is the marriage of those two things, you know.
Okay. Yeah, because do you see yourself more as a, in the whole process of writing an album, do you see yourself more as a writer or as a musician?
I think they're pretty equal. I mean,
in what way?
I mean, they just go together for me, you know.
Since when was writing a part of who you are?
I don't know, probably since I was a kid, I guess. I mean, I started sort of writing songs and stories and things as a kid. That's probably when I started.
How far back is that? Is that since you were 5, 10, or?
I probably started writing songs, yeah, when I was like 8 or 9, something like that. Just like had a little guitar or a banjo, yeah, make up stuff.
Do you remember why you were so interested in that back then?
I guess because my family, my parents played and my sisters played, so it was sort of just natural to do that, you know.
Yeah. And when you started to write lyrics, was it? Can you remember the very first lyric that you've ever written,
No.
or maybe the very first story? What was troubling you when you were?
I don't know.
As young as that.
Who knows? It was probably some girl that didn't like me, you know. Some girl, you know, treated me poorly in first grade, you know. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. In what way do you try to challenge yourself in the music you make?
I think for me, a lot of it's a matter of like taking the sort of genre and elements that I use a lot and pushing them into new areas. Like with the new record, the first track is a very sort of almost concept record piece where you've got multiple songs fused into one, but it still maintains this element of a story. And that song for me was kind of a challenge to do, I guess, you know, to sort of come up with and put together like that.
Okay, because when we played the record at the office, certain people said, hey, this sounds a little bit like a Queen song.
Sure.
Yeah, was it something that you had in mind, or was it just...
Kind of, yeah. I feel like it's a thing that was done quite a bit. I mean, like the End of Abbey Road by the Beatles is very much that. And then Queen did it a lot, you know. They would have lots of songs that would just flow into each other. And I think in the 70s that happened a lot with a lot of different records. And so and people don't do that a whole lot now, so I felt like it might be kind of fun to try it. You know? Yeah.